The lights go down and the room erupts with cheers from those in the crowd that surrounds you. The energy you feel in this moment is unmatched. Suddenly, with one guitar riff, the air is filled with music and the faces of all those around you light up with joy. The feelings concerts can create are often related to a kind of high, but the venue can have just as much of an impact on the overall experience as the music. Phoenix's collection of music venues is large and full of many quality locations to see your favorite artists. I have here with me today fellow music enthusiast Maddie Gavin. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So jumping right in, what is your favorite music venue in the Phoenix area and why?
That's a hard question, but I would say my favorite music venue would be the Van Buren because it's a smaller venue, so it makes the concert a lot more personal, and especially when you're a fan of the artist, it makes you feel a little bit more connected to them. But I also do like the bigger venues, like Jobbing or even University of Phoenix venue, just because they're so big, and it goes to show like how far the artist has made it and how big the audience is. It just shows their success, so that's cool too. But I do like the smaller venues because they're more personal.
Yeah, the intimacy is a big factor in it. Score the Van Buren then on atmosphere and all sorts of stuff like that. What kind of score would you give it?
The atmosphere, so even the venue itself, just the look of it is very like authentic almost. I would say the atmosphere, concessions, and then the sound quality, because it is so much smaller, it's probably, I would say, about a 9 out of 10, just because it is so intimate, and so that really makes the whole experience so much better.
So what do you think the most important aspect of music venues is when contributing to the overall experience?
I would say, well, sound is obviously very important. You want the sound quality to be good. And then even just the lighting and the stage, everything. Each artist is different. Some will have more lighting and more stage production than others. But I would say the most important aspect would probably just definitely be the sound, because the artist wants to portray their music to the audience. Like, that's what everyone is there for, is for the music, not necessarily the stage production or the crowd. They're there to listen to the artist, so the sound is definitely most important.
Yeah. So with all of those factors, what has been your favorite concert experience in Arizona?
I've been to many concerts in Arizona, so that is a very hard question. But my favorite band is the 1975, who I've seen multiple times. And so I've seen them at Comerica, Mesa Amphitheater, and then Comerica again. But the first time seeing them at Comerica, that one was really cool, because that was our first time seeing them, and they've always been our favorite band. But then we've seen like Ed Sheeran, and him doing the loop pedal just goes to show his talent, so that was really cool. And then we've seen like Red Hot Chili Peppers, who have been around forever, and that was a really cool experience too, because we grew up listening to them, so to see them live was really cool. But definitely my favorite one would probably be the 1975, just because they've always been our favorite band, and to be able to share that with Emma and at Comerica was really cool. And again, it's a bigger venue. It's not like super big, but it was so cool to see how much they've grown over the years and how big their fan base has gotten. So that was probably my favorite one.
Yeah, no, that was a really cool experience, especially seeing, because I know I've seen them at smaller venues like Marquee, and to see them go from somewhere like that where it's standing room only in a tiny venue to Comerica where it's
a little bit bigger,
filled with people,
and everyone is there to hear their music. Like, it goes to show how much a band has grown in the years.
Yeah, it's a really cool experience. So finally, do you prefer general admission or assigned seats for concerts?
I feel like it depends, because someone like, going back to Ed Sheeran, like that one, it doesn't really matter about the general admission. I feel like, because you're just watching him perform and like watching his talent, so that one, like, being in general admission versus having a seat, to me didn't really matter, because you get to see his talent either way. But then someone like,
do you think the energy is different, like in a general admission setting versus seating?
Yeah, I absolutely do think it is different. I think general admission, you can dance a little bit more. Whereas the assigned seats, you're just kind of like standing there. The general admission, there's just so much energy in those general admission areas compared to like the assigned seats where, everyone's just kind of standing there, where general admission, it's a lot more lively. Red Hot Chili Peppers, I'm sure that would be really cool in general admission. Or I even saw Travis Scott a couple months ago, and I'm sure that general admission, just because that type of music was probably very lively. So I feel like it depends on the artist and the venue as well. But I really like general admission because, you're just surrounded by people that are all there for the same reason, and you can really get into the music a lot more. So I would say general admission, and then, you get there really early to try to get as close as you can to the band, and then you can sometimes, get really close to them. So general admission would probably be my favorite rather than assigned seat.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
And thanks to all my listeners. I hope you all get the opportunity to discover the Phoenix music scene. Rock on.